Happy to say, now we're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere now, wherever you stream. Fox19.com, the Fox 19 News app and First Alert Weather app, the 24/7 weather streaming channel, Facebook, and YouTube. And eventually on YouTube, you'll be able to go live or in live chat and ask questions and comments there. But for now, you can only interact with us on Facebook. We're live on both the Fox 19 Facebook page as well as my Facebook page at Ethan Emery WX. I'll be monitoring those comments on my phone, and of course, we'll be monitoring the comments on this computer here. So let's get started. I have a promise that I always keep on the weekends for 19 at 6. We give you the forecast for the next 24 hours and the 7-day forecast within the first couple of minutes. So with the whole YouTube thing, I'm a little bit delayed, so I'll get this knocked out for you here within the next minute. So what we're going to do is take a look at that forecast for tonight. So overnight tonight, temperatures are going to cool down. And when I say cool down, I mean cool down, getting into the 50s. So once this graphic will load for you, you'll be able to see that we are looking at mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping all the way down to around 57 degrees. And then for the day on your Monday, mostly sunny, nice and mild, 79 degrees. And the 7-day forecast here, we did a couple of updates, not much in the way of updates compared to last night on the 10 o'clock newscast, but we are looking at particularly some thunderstorms Wednesday evening, Thursday for Independence Day, and Friday. So those days, particularly between Wednesday evening through Friday, look like we are looking at some disruptive weather here across the Fox 19 now viewing area. Wednesday also, outside of the storms, a very hot day. Heat index values could be near 100 degrees. So again, the 7-day forecast, we'll break these things down for you in detail here in a little bit. But for those of you who want to get that forecast quick, maybe you're going back out to the pool, maybe you're doing some lawn work, or maybe picking up some branches from last night's storms, just want to at least give you the heads up on the 7-day forecast. But we will go ahead and continue on this 19 at 6, talking about some other things with regards to, well, the fact that today has been pretty warm. And on top of that, temperatures exceeded a little bit from what we had forecast yesterday. Because I had a forecast high yesterday for today of 81. Well, it got much warmer than that, as you probably felt. But the good news is at least the humidity has gone down throughout the day. So today's high temperature was 86 degrees, pretty much near normal for this time of the year. So nothing too abnormal, nothing too hot or cold for what we typically see. Morning low, though, was pretty warm. It was because of that sticky air, 72. Promise that it'll be much more comfortable tonight. In fact, I'm going to say tonight and tomorrow night, have the windows open. Turn off your AC. Give your electric a break a little bit, because I know electric prices can be quite high sometimes. I get that completely. So nights like tonight, have the windows up, have the AC off, take in a nice, cool, fresh air. Now, it will be a little bit chilly, so maybe you don't like the 50s. That's fine. You can at least have the windows open in the evenings before you go to bed, at least to get in some of that mild air, and then close the windows and then let your temperatures, I guess, be moderate. But again, it's up to you and your discretion. But I would say that next couple of nights, pretty ideal for AC to be turned off. This morning, as I mentioned, things were quite sticky. Temperatures were in the low 70s, 72 over in Lebanon, 70 at the Lunken Airport, and in Falmouth, 73 at CVG, though it officially was 72. And the high temperatures today, again, have kind of exceeded themselves because of that warmer air that just didn't quite leave you. That front was a little bit slower upon arrival, but still brought in more comfortable air in place, because right now, the temperatures are in the upper 70s and low 80s, but this is the kicker. This is the sign of that cold front as it passed through. Dew points, measure the moisture in the air. This time yesterday, we were tracking severe storms and dew points in the mid-70s. That sticky air mass, no more, at least for now. At least for now. There's going to be more humid air on the way. Just want to let you know about that. But fortunately now, we can at least take a breath and enjoy the comfortable air we have this hour. And there's a little bit of a breeze out there too, keep in mind. And the winds out there, they are nothing too impressive, but definitely you might notice that breeze. And it does feel a bit refreshing. At least to me it feels refreshing. I had the windows down coming into work today. Winds were right now currently anywhere between 10 and about 20 miles per hour sustained. And gusts up there about getting close to 30 miles per hour. So a little bit of a breezy afternoon for us here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area. So I haven't seen what I'm about to show you next, so this is going to be news to me. Because I've been getting a lot of stuff organized, getting things prepped for tonight's newscast, talking about the tropics as well as travel forecast for this upcoming week with Independence Day. And I'll give you that Independence Day forecast here in a moment. But I want to look at this because we've had some locations see a lot of rainfall in the last 24 hours, and I just want to see if models are showing any signs of potentially some fog. And I don't see that. And the reason why I wanted to double check this is because I've been looking at model data, and I think winds are going to sustain themselves enough between 5 and 10, maybe even 15 miles per hour overnight tonight to limit any kind of fog development. So that's some good news for you. If you missed about 5 minutes ago, I'll show you tonight's forecast, tomorrow's forecast, and then we'll look at the regional forecast for tomorrow. Take a pause and look at our Facebook comments for any kind of questions or comments you may have here on this Sunday. Overnight tonight, again, temperatures falling down to around 57 degrees, mostly clear conditions. And for the daytime hours of your Monday, it's going to be beautiful. This is my kind of weather. Low humidity, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. I know it's summertime. In fact, tomorrow is the first day of July, starting off on a quite pleasant note. But there could be a few spots that hit the low 80s, but most of us will be in the mid to upper 70s. Now, if you're traveling across the region, again, a lot of places in the 70s. Up in Cleveland, 72 degrees there. Mid-70s towards Columbus, Pittsburgh, also towards Indianapolis. Right around 80 in Lexington, 77 in Charleston, West Virginia. Mid-80s down to Nashville and St. Louis. Mid-70s will also remain up in Chicago. So maybe you have the whole week off this upcoming week. If you do, good for you. And if you're traveling, things look to be quite pleasant across the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley regions. So what we'll do now is take a pause and look at some of those Facebook comments and questions. All right. Janice says the pollen bad. Yeah, the pollen is bad. I have had a chance to update the graphic, but for the data I've seen, the weed and shrub pollen counts are very high. So with the winds today kicking up some of those pollens, if you have any kind of allergies towards any kind of weeds that are out there, definitely one of those things that's going to create some issues for you. I understand. I have allergies myself. Mine's particularly ragweed, which is more of a late summer, fall thing. But the tree pollen counts are low. The mold spore counts are moderate. And I also believe the grass pollen counts are high. Not very high, but high. So grass and weed and shrubs are kind of the culprits with the allergies right now. Greg says, hello from Santa Claus, Indiana. We did several stories when I worked down in Bowling Green about Santa Claus and the cool stuff they have there. Heading home on Tuesday. Looks like we'll have a wet welcome home. Not on Tuesday. Tuesday, you'll be dry, at least here in the tri-state, but I have not. Actually, I believe Santa Claus should also be dry on Tuesday from the data I've seen. We'll look at the data together here in a moment. The data I had seen, this particular model might show a little bit difference because it's updating right now. But it looks like it at least will be dry Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, that's looking at the chance for showers and storms. The drought levels, we've shown you that late last week, and I didn't get a chance to show it to you yesterday just because of all the active weather we had here in the region. But the drought levels, we do have moderate drought conditions in the tri-state. And what I'll do now is I'll pull up those drought conditions, take that full graphic for you. That way you can see that. But we do have moderate drought conditions in part of the tri-state. Now, I will say the location of the rain yesterday, I believe, is going to help some of these drought conditions. Now, that being said, it wasn't enough to really fully help it, but it might limit it a bit. So that's actually, I guess, one positive to yesterday's storms. But thank you, Greg, for commenting. Monica asks, when are we expecting rain again? That's going to be not until Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. So we fortunately have a couple of days to where we can at least enjoy ourselves. We got comfortable air, and we also have a lot of sunshine. So if you got to do some outdoor chores, I know I need to mow the lawn at my aunt and uncle's. It's just been a couple of weeks. I've kind of let the The clover blooms kind of take over, let the pollinators do their thing. And then B, make sure the grass can at least not get too brown, trying to maintain some of the green lush that you can, although there are still some brown spots out there. Can't really avoid that. But yeah, we'll take a look at that forecast model data here in just a second. This live stream brought to you by not only Cost Saver, but also anywhere you can get iced coffee with oat milk. That's what I run on typically, that or Body Armor Light. Though yesterday, I will admit, I indulged in some Mountain Dew. I do that if I'm ever running around like crazy, which yesterday I was. I got one comment on my Facebook page. Jeff Dizzle asks, how is it looking tomorrow in your hometown in Hillsboro? So tomorrow, plentiful sunshine in Hillsboro. I'd say highs will be around 76, 77 degrees out that way in Highland County. So a great day to go to Rocky Fork Lake, perhaps. Maybe go out in the boat. Maybe go, I would say Rocky Fork Creek, but at the same time, though, with how dry it's been, I'm sure it's not really tall or high enough to kayak all the way through, so you'd be hitting a lot of rocks. But Rocky Fork Lake, a sure bet to be a good idea. Or Paint Creek Lake, for that matter, up in northeastern Highland County towards Greenfield and along the edge of Ross and Pike counties there. Okay, so I think we're caught up on the questions and comments right now. So now what we'll do is we'll take a look at the forecast model data. And I'm going to show you this one first because just to reinforce the concept that it is quiet with regards to any kind of rain chances. So this is for this evening. You can see temperatures tonight dipping down into the 50s. Tomorrow morning, all the way through 11 a.m., still in the upper 60s and low 70s. The afternoon hours, upper 70s, maybe perhaps a couple of 80s. And then Tuesday morning, again, things are dry. However, we are looking at humidity increasing on Tuesday. That's ahead of those rain chances, which will arrive Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. So I'm going to show you now the Muggy meter. The Muggy meter is going to look pretty nice at least through Tuesday midday. You can see here that comfortable air. Anytime you have dew points below 60, that's ideal when it comes to more drier air. Now Tuesday evening, you can see this little spike here, this big jump. That is that humidity increasing Tuesday afternoon through Tuesday evening. Then when it comes to Wednesday, between the afternoon hours all the way through Friday, dew points are going to be in the 70s. So pretty sticky air among us. And tonight you might just see an updated hairdo forecast. If you're not familiar, we're talking about what the dew points are going to be like for your hair. That'll be updated. You might see some familiar faces on that graphic too. I've tried to update that a little bit. Haven't a chance to update it enough to show you right now, but 10 o'clock tonight I will show you. So let's take a look at the long-range computer model. As I said, Monday we're dry, Tuesday we're also dry, so no issues for folks heading from Santa Claus, Indiana, like one of our commenters, back up to the tri-state on Tuesday afternoon. As you can see, any rain chances are well off towards Lake Michigan, over towards Iowa for Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. But you do notice some of the cloud cover. So we do have, with the daytime heating, with the humidity, some cloud development, but it's not going to be enough to provoke any shower activity. It's just going to be mostly sunny skies for at least the first half of Tuesday, and you have those afternoon clouds of the daytime heating, but again, nothing more than that. We go into Wednesday, though. Things are going to start feeling different. Wednesday morning, quite sticky. You can see we do have some cloud cover over us. Now, Wednesday is going to be one of those days where we are going to be looking at, so I just got a notification on my iWatch from the weather service. I monitor weather for my family across the region. For my dad in Hillsboro, my sister in West Virginia, my mom in South Carolina, and it was just a notification from South Carolina. Anyway, back to here at home in the tri-state. Wednesday morning, you're going to notice that humidity. You're going to notice the cloud cover. Wednesday, we need to keep an eye on. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday in particular, both of those days, may need to be first alert weather days. We're going to take a look at the data, analyze it, and then, of course, we'll give you updates continuously. Of course, Frank and Catherine for tomorrow morning, as well as meteorologist Ashley Smith, and then Chief Meteorologist Steve Horsemeyer. All of us will be monitoring this and giving you updates on Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days I'm going to keep an eye on. So Wednesday, you can see the first half of the day is dry. Wednesday, though, I think will be one of those days, if you see some sunshine, it may not be welcome because of the fact that we're going to have some storm energy moving in the afternoon and evening hours. Could provoke some stronger thunderstorms as this wave of energy. I don't want to call it a front. It's not really a front. But it is what we call a boundary line, making its way through Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. And then we head into Thursday, and look at this. This whole line of showers and storms pretty much follows I-70 and kind of goes along the Ohio River. So much of Independence Day does look wet. We've been telling you the last few days, Independence Day is going to be one of those days where you want to have indoor options for activities and events. So if you want to have a picnic outside, trying to light off fireworks, the odds don't look great. The last few days, it's been more consistent amongst the data that Thursday will be one of those days where we're going to see the majority of the day be wet as opposed to dry. Now, that doesn't mean you have an opportunity to be a 30-minute window or an hour window here or there to maybe do something outside, but at the same time, though, I would just plan on indoor activities Thursday as opposed to banking on outdoor stuff. Because the weekend, next weekend, does hold some promise for outdoor activities as opposed to Thursday. So this is Thursday afternoon. Thursday also the threat for maybe a couple of stronger storms. Even with being these waves of showers and storms on and off throughout the day, some of them still could bring in some gusty winds. And we go into Thursday night into Friday. You can also see this system still bring in some scattered showers and storms across the region. And it's just we're kind of stuck in this pattern. Now, I will say Friday, it is a front that does pass through. And we could see some lingering showers on Saturday. I can't rule it out. The chances have gone down compared to yesterday, so that's a promising thing. But Saturday looks more dry than wet. In fact, the majority of Saturday looks dry. Could see an isolated pop-up shower or rumble of thunder. But Sunday next weekend does look dry. So again, here's the 7-day forecast. And actually, before I do the 7-day forecast, I want to do one more thing. If the computer wants to cooperate with me. Here we go. So one thing I want to point out is Wednesday of next week. Even if you don't see a storm that day, because some places will be more dry than wet, because it's going to be a pop-up showers and storms Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. Even if you don't see that, Wednesday could be disruptive, not because of storms per se, but the humidity and the heat, because of the risk for, kind of pull this in here, because of the heat index values. Sorry, I'm trying to do 4 things at once. I'm trying to get this working here. So heat index values. So let me go ahead and pull that up here. And then once we show you this and get the 7-day pulled up, I'll start looking at comments and questions. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to make sure I show all this data here within the next couple of minutes. So obviously the next couple of days, there are no issues. We go into Monday, no issues. Tuesday, no issues. Wednesday, that's the day I'm focusing on. These numbers don't seem right. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. So while I'm diagnosing, if you have any questions or comments, please chime in. And this doesn't seem right. Let me double check something real quick. Somebody didn't change the numbers. There we go. Okay, so this is Wednesday. You can see behind me. Heat index values on Wednesday are going to be in the triple digits. So heat index values Wednesday will be something we have to monitor in addition to the storm chances. So pretty hot, sticky day for the middle of next week. Thursday, I think heat index values will be in the 90s, but I don't think it'll be quite as hot as Wednesday. So with that, we will pull up the 7-day forecast for you. And we'll have that. I'll pull that up full screen, and then I'll take a look at some of the comments and questions that we may have here. It's currently 6:22. Here's that 7-day forecast again. Showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, going into Saturday. Okay, we've got more comments. Monica asked early about the expecting rain. That won't be until Wednesday afternoon. Monica asks me, got any plans for the 4th of July? Yeah, I'll be working here at Fox 19, and I'll be on TV. You'll see me doing weather on the 4th of July. That'll be a lot of fun, getting to do that. So that's my plans. Typically, summertime holidays, I don't really make plans just because oftentimes I want to make sure that my coworkers, Frank and Ashley and Catherine and Steve, can all enjoy themselves, and I can work around that. I got a lot of friends and family around the region, so my weekends, my Mondays and Tuesdays, I can accommodate for that. Robin, is heat lightning dangerous? No. Heat lightning is not really a real thing. Heat lightning, all it is just lightning in the distance, and you typically see the flashes in the sky at a further distance at night for a lot of different factors, different reasons. There are a lot of resources out there online so you can read up about what it is, how it works. It's something I could make a graphic for, certainly. I don't have the time to do it right now at the moment. But heat lightning is one of those things where if you don't see the bolt, if you just see the flash, I think you're okay. If you hear thunder, obviously you're close enough to be struck by lightning. You don't want to be in that scenario. But heat lightning, one of those things where you could see lightning for a long distance at night if you have the right conditions. A lot of the humidity plays into a factor with that. But yeah, heat lightning, not a real thing. It's just you're seeing flashes from lightning from a far distance. It's just been, that term's been used so much that there is an actual definition for it, but heat lightning is the least of concerns in a thunderstorm. I'll just put it that way. But thanks for asking the question, Robin. Michael, is the 4th a complete washout? Yeah, of the Wednesday through Saturday scenarios, Thursday looks to be the wettest, Michael. So unfortunately, yeah, the 4th looks to be more of a washout than not. Rachel asks, severe weather for Wednesday? Potentially. We'll dive into that here in a moment. Tony asks, what's the best night for a drive-in theater between the 4th through the 8th? So the 4th being Thursday, the 5th is Friday, 6th is Saturday, 7th is Sunday, and the 8th, of course, being Monday of the following week. I would say your best is going to be Saturday evening or Sunday evening for a drive-in theater, Tony. I would actually say that Sunday night is going to be your best option, just because there'll be storm chances, of course, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, I think we're going to be drying out. So Saturday night, I think you can get away with doing a drive-in theater. Sunday night, though, you've got pretty much 100% guarantee of dry conditions. Neil asks, chances for anything severe on Friday or Saturday? Right now, I don't see anything for Saturday. Friday, maybe a stronger storm, but that far out, the details are very fuzzy. In fact, when it comes to any kind of stronger storm potential, I would be more focused on Wednesday evening and Thursday. But Friday does have that potential, mind you, but again, the details are quite fuzzy, Neil. So Saturday, no, I don't suspect Saturday to have much of any issue. It's just a slight chance for a pop-up shower storm, but the more forcing drives will be Wednesday evening, Thursday, and maybe Friday. Robert says it's hot. Yes, it is. it's pretty warm. Now, I will say Monday's pretty nice in comparison to the rest of the days. Molly says, hello, Ethan. Looking like rain for the 4th fireworks. Yeah, for the 4th of July fireworks, I think Mother Nature is going to have more fireworks than any other events here in the tri-state, simply because on and off rain through much of the day on Thursday, thunderstorms, a few maybe strong. Of course, we need to go through a lot of the data as we get closer. We can narrow down the specifics, the timing, of course, on all of those scenarios. I do say Wednesday, the timing looks to be more in the afternoon and evening. It's going to be one of those what we call diurnal thunderstorm developing situations, meaning that you need to have the daytime heating aiding in with the other factors that come into storms. But Thursday, you've got a lot more of the forcing working with these storms. Cheyenne asks, days straight with possible strong storms. Is this because of the hurricane? No, not at all. That hurricane is way down towards South America. That's not going to impact us. In fact, by that point, it'll still be in the waters, not on land, at least not in the continental U.S. by Wednesday and Thursday. This is a whole different scenario, different system, different pattern compared to what's further down there in the tropics, which, of course, we'll break down those details of the tropics tonight at 10 o'clock here on Fox 19. Again, I want to focus on, a lot of folks are asking about traveling for the 4th of July. So we've caught up with the comments on our Fox 19 Facebook page. And sorry, I got a bunch of text messages all at once. And again, Wednesday evening, Thursday and Friday, again, we'll be looking at some storms. It's going to be one of those situations where we're looking at rain moving in, along with thunder and lightning and some gusty winds. I got some more comments on my Facebook page. Let me take a look at this. Jeff says, may do some hiking out east of town, Hillsboro, edge of the Appalachian Trails over towards probably Arc of Appalachia. They have a lot of cool trails and hiking areas, so pretty cool to see that. Jeff says it don't rain no more, it's always storms. Well, this time of year, storms are, you have just a little bit of heating that's going to add or aid into these storms. Aid into storm development, that is. Raina, live in Cincinnati, will there be hail? Just curious. No hail next few days. If you're looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe. Although I'm more focused on Wednesday evening, Thursday, and possibly parts of Friday, looking at heavy downpours as well as some strong winds and, of course, a lot of frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. So, again, the 7-day forecast here, you can see temperatures are going to be kind of your typical summertime temperatures. Nothing too abnormal. We have one cooler day, being Monday, one hotter day being Wednesday with heat index values near the triple digits, but majority of the days will be in the mid to upper 80s for highs. The low temperatures, quite a range. You have the range between the 50s on tonight and tomorrow night, the 70s Tuesday night all the way through pretty much Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning a little bit milder, but still some noticeable humidity. Now, granted, not quite as comfortable as it's going to be tonight or tomorrow night, but compared to the majority of the week ahead, it is definitely going to be a little bit more comfortable. So that is the 7-day forecast. I got to build some graphics, get ready for the 10 o'clock newscast, talking about the tropics as well as more travel conditions. We're going to expand upon that. And then, of course, we are going to also break down some more details on this 7-day forecast. So, again, looking at those days, there are no first alert weather days. We're not talking about any kind of high-risk scenarios here in the tri-state. But all I'm saying is to just keep an eye out for Wednesday evening, Thursday, and Friday for maybe some stronger storms. Regardless, it's going to be disrupting those plans, whether you're traveling, whether you're trying to host any kind of 4th of July events, firework events, community events, whatever it might be. So if you're trying to plan out things for outdoors and you have the whole weekend to work with, I'd say Sunday is obviously your best bet with the dry conditions. If you can't do Sunday, your next bet is Saturday. And if you can't do Saturday, your next bet is going to be maybe Wednesday morning, midday. Wednesday afternoon, not so much. And then after that, Friday. Thursday is pretty much the worst day when it comes to trying to plan anything outside because we're looking at widespread showers and thunderstorms for the majority of the day. And again, some of those storms could bring in some heavy downpours and maybe some gusty winds with that. So with that being said, it's just after 6:30. We're going to have to wrap things up here. But thank you all so much for joining us here on this Sunday edition of 19 at 6.